But the Triumph is functioning just fine. Just fine. All lights are working. It will stop, although at least as good as the Triumph will stop. And probably still better than the Guzzi.
What year is it?
71.
71.
No, 1970. Sorry. 1970. There's too many numbers. Yeah, 1970.
And it's a 650 Bonneville?
It's a 650 Bonneville. We changed the head from 2 carbs because I just didn't want to ever have to adjust 2 carbs. I just wanted to just do the one. So it's a Tiger head on it, still 650. The biggest ammo carburetor I could get on there so that it supplies with enough fuel.
That's a hell of a gas tank.
It is. It is. God only knows what that originally came off of, or if it's been hand banged out, or, you know, some people have said things about it maybe being from like Norton, Dunstall, stuff like that, but no absolutes on anything. Yeah.
Well, can we wheel her out and get it going?
For sure. Not exactly a shining, beautiful example of a bits and pieces from everything. I mean, this is a trailer light turned upside down so it shows your license plate at the same time. Turning indicators came off of another, I think a 500 Honda, maybe. Back ones, I don't even remember. I mean, Matt found those. The tank the oil tank was just ordered just because it had more oil capacity, and we just wanted as much oil as we could get into it. And yeah, and everything else is like jerry rigged and things like that. But it's sort of medium safe.
Well, let's see if we can get it going.
Sure. Like 3 times or so, just to...
And with that, I set off down Doug's gravel driveway onto the muddy old river road. This used to be the main road along the St. Lawrence River before the parkway was built. Oh, you don't want a history lesson or a travelogue? Okay, I'll stick to my impressions about the bike. First though, I have to admit that with the exception of a Triumph Tigress scooter I had as a teenager, and a modern trophy I rode very briefly, this is the first classic Triumph I've ever ridden. Despite what Doug says about it being medium safe, it feels fine to me just rolling along here in second gear. I'm sitting low and well back behind this colossal tank, but the bike feels planted and controllable even on this loose and muddy surface. The engine feels responsive, and rather to my surprise, relatively smooth. I'm informed that the engine has been completely rebuilt with modern bearings, a balanced crankshaft, and bored out to the maximum with new pistons. So while the bike may look like a dog's breakfast, it's actually very mechanically sound. As you may have already gathered, Doug isn't much interested in returning the Bonneville to factory fresh appearance, and he certainly isn't too worried about keeping his bikes clean, otherwise he'd never have let me ride off down this road, knowing that I'd bring the bike back caked in wet gravel slime. My biggest problem with doing bike reviews is that I tend to get infatuated with whatever I'm riding. If it's a bit tatty, has a few issues which make riding a little challenging, and it's something you're not likely to see coming in the other direction every day, so much the better. Some viewers may have clicked on this video expecting a pristine, restored Bonneville, turned up their noses at Doug's rolling disaster, and I've already scuttled off to the next video. Good luck to them. Bikes are for riding, and this is a rider's bike. So let's just turn onto the paved road and see what it feels like at normal road speed. The first thing I notice is that the clutch is a bit fierce. It wants to kick in fast, which could be a real problem in traffic. Still, a little adjustment could probably fix that. The second thing that strikes me is the surprisingly sprightly performance. This is a bike that's quite happy to go. I'm taking it easy, but I can feel there's plenty of power and a surprising eagerness to get up to road speed. 60 miles an hour is about 4,000 revs, but since this road is limited to 80 kph, I'm not going to be checking for top speed. Doug tells me that he's had it at over the ton, and I've no reason to doubt him. What does surprise me is how smoothly it runs at normal road speed. I was expecting a real tingle through the bars, but at this steady cruising speed, it doesn't vibrate any more than any of the bikes I'm used to riding. No doubt if one wanted to turn it up a notch or two it might vibrate more, but at sensible and legal speeds, it's a bike I could ride all day. Well, my back and hips might start to complain after a few miles, but I'd still have the use of all my fingers. As I turn this corner, you can see what I mean about the clutch. It's like an on-off switch. But like everything else on old bikes, you get used to it. Riding on the unmade road, I was once again reminded how in the past all bikes were suited to just about any riding. As the frost starts to ooze out of the gravel, we always end up with an inch or two of soft stuff overlying hardpack, which tends to want to pull at the front wheel. The Triumph feels completely at home on this surface, far safer and more predictable than many of the more modern, standard bikes I've ridden in similar circumstances.
It sounds gorgeous, and it rockets along. I've never been fond of Triumphs, but mostly because I've been ignorant about them. I've never ridden
Really, it's kind of probably a terrible motorcycle.
And at that point, the video and the audio just sort of fizzled out. So that's Doug's 1970 Triumph Bonneville, or what used to be a Bonneville back in the day. It was actually rather a charming bike to ride, despite its peculiarities. It just goes to show that whatever's on the outside doesn't necessarily tell you much about what's on the inside. A fine bike. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, all my books are available on Amazon or through my website at nickadamswriting.com, including my latest novella, which is probably the best thing I've ever written. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks.